what is the decision behind a full body tattoo? When you decide something like this, it's a process or you commit just from the beginning. We have a couple of interviews which we just ask this question and see what they have to say.
I think since I did my first tattoo, I have in mind to have like full body tattooed. Right now, I'm pretty far with this. I think I have like most of my body tattooed. Just have some space in my face, some space in my hands, some space to finish the tattoos.
I never made a decision to start to get tattoos. I was maybe 19 when I got my first ones. I just felt that I want tattoos. And then during the years, I have just taken more and more. I never had a plan like that in 20 years I want to look like this, or I just take tattoos from my travels and from my friends in special kind of situations. And it was over 20 years ago when I got my first tattoos. I'm not fully tattooed yet. I have still some spots on my thighs, on my face, and so on. But who knows? I'll take more tattoos at some point, but I don't know when or what, but it will happen.
I decided to have like the full bodysuit after, I always thought about it since I was into tattooing, but I really decided to get the full body done after I received my bike piece.
I didn't actually decide to get my whole body tattooed. Back in the day, there was no apprenticeship opportunities unless you're an attractive girl with a decent set of breasts, and there was no online courses on offer. Everybody kept the information close to their chest and didn't want to tell you anything. So I initially started getting tattooed to find out information. I would go and see who I thought were the best artists in the town at the time. I would ask them what needles they were using. I would ask what inks they were using. I'd watch how they did what they did. And it initially started for me as it was like a learning curve of trying to understand tattooing. And then it kind of just grew. So I started getting tattooed to kind of observe what people were doing. And then the more heavily tattooed I got, the more noticeable the blank bits of skin were. So then I'd go and get that bit done, then recognize the next little bit of skin. And before you know it, over a few years, I turned into a giant Smurf.
So yeah, there are many reasons why people get their full body tattooed, but at some point you probably realized more, and I'm across the point of no return. I have most of my body tattooed, or I have more of my body tattooed than not, and the non-tattooed parts of my body start looking very, very silly, you know. People, they got like the upper part of the body tattooed, and then they have these white legs, and it just looks like very stupid and silly, and so they have no other choice anymore. So at some point you have to commit. For me, this was a decision I made very, very young in my life. Probably when I was around in my early teenage years. I see tribes, I see rockers, I see like these sideshow freaks who got a lot of tattooed things on their body. And I was fascinated, and I was start tattooing myself, and I was knowing I want to get my full body tattooed. I'm all in. I'm not a gray zone person. I'm black and white, and obviously I decided for black and not white. So yeah, it was go very fast in my life to got my full body tattooed, and I start getting my first pieces, and I already I will just get more and more and more tattoos till my body is finished. Or what means finished? Till my body is tattooed. But even then you don't stop. Sadly, I don't stop because it caused me a lot of troubles and pain.
I think after getting my first tattoo, I knew I loved it and it was going to be hard to stop or want to stop for a long time. But I didn't think I was going to have as much visible tattoos yet. I was actually, I was a very different person back then. I joined the military when I was 17, in part to get away from my family and have some independence. I didn't really know myself then. So at the time when I started getting tattooed, I was in the military and there was a lot of regulations against having visible tattoos. So I started really pushing tattoos underneath my clothing that I couldn't get in trouble for. But then after I got out of the military, then I really started pushing things. It took me a while to get to like the idea of fully tattooing my face, especially with some of the people close to me really being adamant about me not doing it. But then when I finally was able to just let go of that, really was no stopping that. And then the idea of tattooing my full body, like I mentioned maybe in other questions, was I essentially had a bodysuit underneath the blackwork. But then when I decided to do the heavy blackwork bodysuit project that started with a 5-week, 10 sessions, about like 80 to 100 hours of tattooing in 5 weeks. That was when I knew I was going to do the black bodywork, bodysuit project, and went over most of my body during that time frame, except for maybe like my neck and arms, which I did later with another artist, and my face. But pretty much everything else we went over. So, I mean, that was a very clear commitment to a bodysuit as well, even though I already had one. So, but I guess I committed to a bodysuit, I don't know, 9 years ago, even before that, and then finally committed to doing all of my face and everything in a more visible way about a year ago. So fucking glad I did.
Hey Squirrels, when you like my art, philosophy, my idea of life, I wrote a book as well, which I speak about all of this. Plenty of art books like this too, and much more. On top, I have many of my arts printed on high quality paper. I have it on canvases. So there's endless of stuff what I ever created on our web shop. Besides of this, I created plenty of nice clothings. I designed my own bags, hoodies, zippers, jackets, girly lines, and so much more. All of this you find on our website, psy25.com. Feel free to have a visit and see you.
So I started to do tattoos with 17, and I started my bodysuit project that still have a lot of to do. But I start my back and the chest, they go like connected with the arms together. They are connected here with the chest and with the back. And still have finished my back. And here we are doing this part, and this will be like all black, and black the nipples too. But I don't know when I will finish, but I really want to finish soon, because I really want like have the bodysuit completed and feels like I feel like completed, you know, like with my project. I was like maybe 5 years ago, because I had many tattoos, like you know, like different spots, and I just don't feel like they are like connected, and I feel that's more artistic. And when you have like a full bodysuit, it's more like pleasing for the eyes when you look and have something, you know, like when you have a painting and you can do like a full painting in a canvas, you know. So I think it's more artistic this way, and I think it looks more artistic. I don't know, I think it's more beautiful.
So I think when you are heavily tattooed, you come to a point where you think, right, okay, how am I going to get this all to kind of go the way that I want it to? I think I had got to that point where I was looking at my body and thinking, right, okay, I've got some nice open spaces with nothing on them that I can get some beautiful, more intricate pieces done. And so I just started to contact some tattoo artists that I enjoyed the work of. I had a few consultations, and then I chose a lady in Ipswich. And yeah, we've now started my full body tattoo. So I think technically we've done 4 full days. I'm back in again very soon, but yeah, it's a process. It's not going to be done overnight. Your body can't do it overnight. I'm just looking forward to that journey of actually finishing my body tattoo.
I started to, collect tattoo when I was 20 until now, 40 now, so 20 years, working, saving money, go to the tattoo shop, collect tattoo. Right now, I'm gonna have to say 65-70% of my body are tattooed. I'm gonna keep collecting more, And my goal, to be honest, is to visit Thailand and get some blessing from Thailand, get some blessing tattoo from Thailand as well. That is my goal. So yeah, hopefully I can make that happen. Okay, and what made me decided to get a full body? I think it's cool, and as I say, media, back then tattoo magazine, so I have seen I collect a lot of tattoo magazine, and I want to look like them, I think it's cool to have a lot of tattoo. And as I grow up, I hang out with tattoo people, I hang out with tattoo artists. I think people who have tattoo is very charming, very attractive, and it make myself comfortable, more confident. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So yeah, keep going, saving money and keep going.
So yes, as you see, some people, they are very far in their journey of tattooing, some more in the beginning but already plan to go very far. There's everything in between. Some decide to go this way very early, some later in the journey. But overall, everybody has to suffer the same to get this full body tattooed. And I'm very curious how much of your body you have tattooed. Leave some comments, let us know. And maybe you have some future question we can use in the series. Also leave it in the comments. And like, subscribe, and see you the next time. Peace out.